Well, hey, hey, excuse me. Hey, first grade, welcome back. Did you have an amazing spring break? Um, I don't look like I always do because I was enjoying my last day of spring break. I was out running around with my kids in the backyard. So I got my sunglasses and my hair's a mess, but I figured you wouldn't mind. So I am so excited to be back with you because we are starting a new unit in phonics. We are starting a unit called, are you ready for this? Marvelous Bloopers. You're probably thinking to yourself, what in the world? I mean, I know what the word marvelous means. It's fantastic. It's amazing. But bloopers? What in the world is a blooper? Well, a blooper is kind of something funny that happens over and over again. It's kind of like a mistake, but it's funny. And so I'm going to show you some examples of bloopers so that we have kind of an idea of what we're talking about here. So give me just a second to switch modes here. And I'm going to share with you some bloopers.
If I were a rich man with $1 million or two, I'd live in a penthouse in a room with a view. And if I were handsome, no way it could happen. Those dreams do come true. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have.
What are you noticing about these bloopers from Monsters, Inc.?
Okay, you finished now, right? Hello?
Come on, get lost, you two. You're making him lose his focus.
Oh, sorry. See you later, fellas.
Go get him, Mr. Solomon. You idiot. It's Sullivan, not Solomon. What? You're messing up the scene. Sorry. Never gonna work in Hollywood again. Let me do it over. Shut up. Keep rolling. You're making it worse. Hey, thanks, guys. That was a close one.
Okay, so if you notice, in a lot of these bloopers, let me see if I can get out of this really quickly. In a lot of these bloopers, the actors are laughing, right? And so it's okay for us to laugh with them. We're not laughing at them. The mistake was funny. And so they're laughing, we're laughing, and that's what a blooper is. You probably have bloopers that happen in your day. I bet you if we went back through all of the videos that Mrs. Hutchinson and Mrs. Miller and Mrs. Bluette and I have made this year, which are a lot, I bet you we could come up with quite a few really good bloopers to share with you. And the thing is, bloopers, they're normal. And you're going to make mistakes that are bloopers. And we just have to fix them. So what we're going to work on in this unit is finding those bloopers, those mistakes that we make in our writing all the time, like a word that you can just never spell correctly, or you're always missing that silent E at the end of a word. We're going to work this unit on fixing those bloopers together. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of show you what bloopers were. But also, I want you, when you're finished watching me, to click over. I have a video for you today of a book called Beautiful Oops. And an oops can be like a blooper. It's just a mistake, something that doesn't go the way that you planned or something that's not quite right. You've probably read this book before, but I want you to listen to the story of the beautiful oops and then come back here because we're going to do an activity. I can't get it to pause. So, we're experiencing a blooper right now. Right here, live and in person. Cannot get it to pause. Actually, there's a little bit of a blooper going on right now because I decided to not have you leave this video to watch a different video and then come back because I think that's going to be too tricky. So let's watch the story of Beautiful Oops together and then I'll give you your activity. What do you think? See, I'm giving you examples of bloopers like as we go. All right, let's watch together.
Boys and girls, don't fret. Oops can be beautiful. Just listen to Barney Salzberg's book. Come on, I'll read it to you. Beautiful Oops by Barney Salzberg. Oops. A torn piece of paper is just the beginning. Boys and girls, look. It turned into a crocodile mouth. Every spill has lots and lots of possibilities. Bent paper is something to celebrate. Look at the cute penguin. A little drip of paint. Let your imagination run wild. A scrap of paper can be fun to play with. A smudge and a smear can make magic appear. A stain has potential if you play with its shape. Holes in your paper are worth exploring. See? When you think you have made a mistake, oops. Think of it as an opportunity to make something beautiful. Just remember, everybody makes mistakes. It's how you learn from them.
Okay. And she's right, you know, everyone does make mistakes. And so what we're going to do today is kind of a fun phonics lesson. Not that every phonics lesson isn't fun, but today's especially fun because you're going to do a little art project. So what I want you to do is go grab a piece of paper. Doesn't matter what it looks like, what kind of paper it is. It can be like a scrap, but you want a pretty good size piece, okay? Piece of paper, some crayons, markers, color pencils, whatever you like to color and draw with, and meet me right back here. Now that you're back, you should have a piece of paper. It looks like this. I mean, mine's just kind of a piece of paper torn out of a notebook. Even that could be considered a beautiful oops, even though it's not the cleanest line. So as you saw in the book, A Beautiful Oops, they did a lot of things with mistakes, things that don't look quite right. Torn paper, crumpled up paper, a corner that's folded over. And so I want you to take your piece of paper, whatever that paper looks like, and it might already have a beautiful oops, kind of like mine does. Can you imagine that being like the edge of the ocean and the waves coming through? I already have a beautiful oops on my paper. I could add some blue crayon, blue marker, and turn this into an ocean. Or I could take my paper and I could start tearing it and just kind of see what happens. Normally, we don't tell you to tear paper, right? That's not something a teacher would tell you to do. But I think I'm going to try to tear a tree. But you know what? My tree didn't turn out like a tree. It looks more like mountains. I could use my crayons and turn this into mountains. Or maybe what I want to do is I want to crumble my paper up into a ball and open it back up and use all of the wrinkles and designs that are now in my paper to make something new and exciting. Oops are okay. It's okay to laugh at oops. It's okay to have oops, but we're not going to be frustrated by bloopers and oops because they can always be fixed. So what I want you to do today is during your phonics time is to make something that is a beautiful oops. Now, I didn't take all the time in the world to color this right now. You don't need to watch me color, but you guys can take all the time you would like to make your beautiful oops. And when you come back tomorrow, or I'm sorry, on Wednesday, we will be talking all about marvelous bloopers and beautiful oops. All right, guys, have a great day.